What's up, brothers and sisters? It's your brother G World, _D. I'm doing a quick video. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to brother O.J. Simpson. All right, I'm gonna say this on record. He didn't do that crime. He didn't do that crime. And it's unfortunately so many our people listen to CNN, the Criminal News Network, MSNBC, and Fox that they'll listen to this trash, this mainstream trash. That man did not commit that crime. All right, you may have not liked him, some of the things he did personally, which I did not agree with, but when it came to him doing that, he did no crime. The NFL should honor him because he was one of the early backs that really was his first superstar when the merger of the AFL and the NFL. He played 1 year in the old AFL because he came out of USC in 1969. One of USC's great running backs, along with Mike Garrett, who won the Heisman before him, Charles White, Marcus Allen, Reggie Bush. They had so many, Sam Bam Cunningham, had so many great players at USC. I think Sam Bam came immediately after OJ, I want to say. Yeah, because he's the one that went there when he went down to Alabama, he smoked them. All right. So I want to at least acknowledge that. Rest in peace to Warrenthal James Simpson. He did not commit that crime, and it's sad that so many of our people believe what they hear from this racist white media, man. Like I tell you, even with the history over and over again, do not believe what these bastards are telling you, and these black people who are telling you that these people, that our people weren't here before slavery, that we just came from Africa, that we African. Those Negroes have been bought and paid for. All right, Jabari is an immigrant. He's not one of us anyway, over here, Aboriginal Black Americans. So people like that don't need to be telling our story and telling our history unless they're really down with us. I'm going to emphasize that and make that very clear. All right. So I want our brothers and sisters to be very critical and start studying our true history but start seeing what these white folks really are about. That's why I keep telling you that they're no good. I want Aboriginal Black Americans to love yourself first and learn your true history. Love yourself. Marry your own. All right, because you hear some of my people, not even majority, I'm talking about marrying other black people. And many of them don't even like you because they've been so conditioned by white folks. That's fine because we look a certain way, and I love the way we look. I love our physical features, the very different features that we vary with. Our features vary. How we look varies. We are a unique people, and we are the Aboriginal people of this land, and the indigenous people of this land. We are the original people of this land. Some of you don't want to hear that, but you're going to hear that. And you need to understand and know this. This is why these bastards really hate us so much, because especially that some of us are really starting to wake up to who we truly are. Man, these bastards are going on defense mode, and then they get their first line of defense, the sellout, stupid Negro, or the Negro. You have to realize that not all skin folks are kin folks. So you got to see, just because someone looks close to you in skin color, doesn't mean that they're part of they're in the same team as you. More likely, there's a good chance that bastard's on the opposite team. So then you know that. We're going to have to really, really come to grips to this very issue. That some of us are still locked in just because someone's so-called black that they're on our team. No, they're not. And most of these celebrities are clowns anyway. Their main goal is to gain acceptance with white daddy and mommy, to get that pat in their head, to get that butter biscuit, to get that long sausage. This is what these Negroes are about. They don't care about the community. They dog the community until they get in trouble. Then they racism in Hollywood, really. Most of these celebrities and these Negro personalities on television, their main thing is white acceptance and wanting to get a job on some damn program. The most sad thing, man, Mark Lamont Hill said some nasty stuff about O.J. Simpson, which is unnecessary. But he's not. That's another thing. He's not an Aboriginal American, indigenous Black American. All right, he's what you call a tether, and I don't really use that term a lot. But see, I'm going to start using it more to some of these Negroes because it's caused confusion in our community. They've caused so much confusion. Then I'm hearing African men, African women claiming, well, these are reasons why we don't marry African American. Number one, we're not African American. Number two, most of us don't even want to marry you. We're not even looking your way. It's just them self-hating Negroes talking that Pan-African nonsense. They're telling you that most so-called Aboriginal Americans do not want to marry a person who's not of their lineage, particularly someone quote so-called African. We prefer to be with our own, and it's natural. I'm saying this because this is very important because you do have some of these self-hating Negroes who will do anything and everything to put down our lineage only to prop up something else. So I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, continue to have a sharp eye and be wary of these Negroes out here. I'm going to try to do a video later on a history video. Yeah, I'm going to try to do one on a history video to try to get that out, and then to push this information. Because something that happened to my phone, that's why I didn't push the video. And I actually dropped it in some water and I put it in some rice, and it's actually working pretty good now. But yeah, something that happened to my phone. This is why you haven't heard. I didn't do a video. And plus, I was just doing some little reading and researching, looking at documentaries. So I've been just constantly doing my research as usual. And I'm going to try to have another video, hopefully, like I said, tonight, or pumping it early in the morning on Saturday. But yeah, so I just wanted to let you brothers and sisters know this, man. Continue to really study your history. Continue to really grasp your history. Continue to learn who you truly are. Don't buy in that mess that you was brought here in a slave ship. That's a lie. All right. I'm not saying no slaves were brought here, but our people are already here. I give you names. I give you sources, different books, magazines, journals, encyclopedias, because you're gonna have these Negroes, man, who are gonna say the dumbest thing, because you hear from that idiot Jabari, that little Chris Top, whatever his name was, is uh, Umar Johnson, and all them goofballs, man, give you misinformation. Henry Louis Gates, they give you misinformation. They're not giving you true history. They're giving you misinformation. And that's their job to do that because they're being funded by someone to tell you that. All right? Continue to do your real research. Now, this video wasn't about no specific topic. That's why I'm just kind of bouncing for different things. But I want you to continue to focus on doing your research and to continue to look at various different news outlets. I don't just look at what you call the American news outlet, which I rarely even look at that mess, man. You should try to look at and a lot of this stuff is a bunch of BS, but you could try the BBC, Russian television, Chinese television, French 24, and get German television. Get so-called very different news outlets globally, and try to look at documentaries and stuff like that, news information, and you can weed out the BS, but there's some more stuff coming out the United States that's much better outside of the United States than within when it comes to news. Now, granted, they had their BS too, but it's better than what is here in the U.S. So I'm giving you that information. You got to really do your studying and your research. I'm always going to give you a nugget because you need to have that nugget. All right? And I also want brothers and sisters to check out a book. Well, I'm going to do my video, but look into a book because I got that back in the late 90s. It's called The Astrological Foundation of the Christ Myth by Malik Jabba. I think it's a 4-volume book. I haven't read it in a while, but there's maybe 3 or 4 volume book, but it's called The Astrological Foundation of the Christ Myth. It's a 4-volume book. All right. And it's a good book to read because it talks about what I always talked about before: stellar, lunar, solar. All right. The astrological foundation of the Christ myth. And that's, I'll show you book one right here. This is book one. This is book one. All right. Of the astrological foundation of the Christ myth. And that talks about um, the stellar origins of the story of Christ. All right. But like I say, you can believe, and you don't have to believe that. I'm just giving you that information. It's I think it's 3 or 4 volume book. I haven't read it in years, man. When this book it came out, because I got it when it came out. So I think it's the latter part of the mid '90s when I got this book. '95, yeah, I got this book in '95, all right, or '96, the year after. One of the years I remember getting the book. Did a money order. I was real young, but I got it though. But it's a good book to read, man. So yeah, that's my information to you. I'm gonna come back. I may do that book, but I doubt it. But I'm gonna have something else. Uh, but I have something else for you. Peace and love, brothers and sisters.